I swear, that trailer warms my heart every time I see it. Guys, welcome back to the next level. My name is Shadosha the Fly Guy, and I am proud to be sitting next to Chris McEntee, level designer of Rayman Legends. I love the game so much, but the people at home, I don't think they're ready for what's going on. So please, introduce us to Rayman Legends.
Yeah, Rayman Legends. Rayman's an old character for Ubisoft.
Old
He's been
school.
around since the 90s. He's really old school.
Right.
But we're trying to bring him into the sort of the modern age of platforming. And he came back in Rayman Origins a couple years ago, but now he's in his biggest adventure yet. It's legendary, it's epic, lots of worlds, lots of content, and we're really happy to bring this kind of a Rayman game to everyone now.
I'm happy to see you guys are going to love it. I just want to jump in. I just want to jump in. Where do we start?
Where do we start? We're going to start with a world called Fiesta de los Muertos.
Fiesta de los Muertos. All right, let's do it. I say that. What the duck? That's pretty cool. All right. You guys get a little clever. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's do this. Jumping into the world right now. All right, so while that goes on, let's talk about. Hold on. Are you? Oh, what the? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get it. Okay, cool. All right.
So actually, right now, a second player can jump in, and we have a seamless drop in, drop out. He's reviving him in the bubble.
Okay,
so
what is this? What is this green thing right here? What's going on? I mean, excuse me. This is We got a new character, ducks?
We got two players right now. They're transformed into ducks. It's something silly for the world, but basically you can drop in, drop out with up to 5 players on the Wii U.
I was just about to ask how many players we can have.
5 players on the
five?
Wii U and 4 players on everything else.
Okay.
And you can drop in, drop out whenever you want, so it's very quick and easy to pick up. You enter the room and you just hop on into the game with people.
Okay, very awesome. All right, looks like we got. Oh, all right. Here's our green man right now doing his thing. What's going on, Murphy?
Okay, so this is our character Murphy. He's actually controlled using the Wii U gamepad.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so how does this work?
It's a very different control scheme. If you look at the gamepad, you can see that actually you're not using sticks or buttons to control Murphy. You're very naturally using your finger across the gamepad to dig things like paths, to paint looms, to tickle enemies. There's lots of different interactions that Murphy can have with you and in the environment, and it's cool because it's sort of a player-generated environmental experience. You make it dynamic. You're creating the world for your friend. You're not just interacting with what we put there for you.
Oh, very nice, and I like how that's implemented because that really forces them to be cooperative, kind of work together and stuff like that. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so.
And there are some traps actually as well. I mean, it's not just dig everywhere.
I was going to say, what else
playing.
can he do? I mean, I'm sure he's just not there for digging.
No, of course not. But what's cool is that for this, you have some reflection. You have to think before you act, and that's really interesting for us. But Murphy can do a lot of things. Actually, he's not only available in levels where he's forced.
Yeah.
In this level, you need Murphy to progress, but in other levels, you can have a person playing Murphy as long as you're multiplayer. And he can paint looms, so that way you collect twice as much. He can pull turnips out of the ground. He can tickle enemies to make them less dangerous for you and just help you through your progression. So Murphy can do a lot to help people, and it's just a very comfortable control scheme for people that maybe aren't so familiar with platformers.
All right, very cool. And you said that he's not a requirement on every stage. So on stages where you wouldn't be using a touchscreen, a clear path, what would Murphy be doing?
Just painting, just tickling. Basically, he eases the pain for the player. For example, there's a heart here.
Right.
He can drag the heart to the player. If it's too far away for him, he can do that for coins as well. It's really just ways that, as playing Murphy, you can make life easier for all the platforming
That's really
guys.
good. I mean, especially for a person like me who enjoys collecting everything.
Of course.
It's good to have a partner like Murphy.
It's always a shame to miss that one little thing.
Exactly, and it'll drive me nuts.
Exactly.
And I'll have to play the whole stage over. I got to, be an achievement junkie. I am that kind of person, too.
I don't blame you.
All right, so this stage is pretty cool. So what else you got for me?
Well, what else you got? Do you like James Bond?
Oh, I am a Bond fan.
You like stealth?
Dun, 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 dun. Let's do it.
We got it. We got something for you.
All right, okay.
So the world we're going to show, it's called 20,000 Looms Under the Sea.
Right.
It's a Jules Verne-inspired world. Jules Verne meets James Bond, meets Splinter Cell, meets everything cool imaginable. And it's an underwater base, stealth, infiltration.
I like the way you use your references. Those are good. I like that.
I picked the great ones.
You do? Okay.
So this level's called the Mysterious Inflatable Island. You'll see why in a second. And it's underwater gameplay.
Oh, okay. Grabbing a potion. And you weren't lying about the inflatable. All right.
So the players are actually fighting each other.
Okay.
That's something that we do in Rayman. It's not dangerous. It's really just for giggles. You laugh, you slap each other, you can mess around, but you can also help each other by climbing on each other's shoulders and things. and you can just bounce around and have a good time.
Now those are the looms you were talking about,
Yes,
right?
those
Okay,
are the
now I see them.
looms.
They were kind of interacting together to get the looms.
Exactly.
Is it a competition-based thing, or is it just
Well, it's co-opetition, is what we like to call it.
co-opetition?
Basically, you're cooperating to make your way through the level and collect as much as possible, but at the same time, you're fighting over who gets them, who gets the looms, because at the end, you can see, I got 500, you got 200, so I'm better than you. But in the end, we did it together.
I gotta say, I did not expect them to jump into the water and start swimming, so that's a good dynamic. Let's talk about that a bit.
Well, swimming is cool. You just have freedom of movement to go everywhere, and if you stop moving, you just stay in place, so it's not stressful. It's more therapeutic. You just swim around and have a good time. But we have these dynamic spotlights.
Oh, I see.
These are sentries. They're looking for you, and if you're in the light for too long, they're going to fry you. So you really have to pay attention to their patterns, if they flicker, if they're moving, and try to avoid being detected.
Got you. I see he just helped him recover right there. He turned into a bubble, floated to him, got him back.
When you die in Rayman, you turn into a bubble.
And I see the dynamic of the stage change. It's now very dark. We were just above water. It was a happy place. They were beating each other up, and now it looks like, you know, maybe is this where the stealth kicks in that you were talking about?
Exactly. This is the stealth. This is the infiltration. It's just the beginning. This is a level which introduces you to the stealth mechanic, and you have to swim to an underwater base. And then after that, you actually enter the base, and it's platforming plus swimming, and you're just trying to get further and deeper into the base and figure out what's going on here.
Oh, very awesome. I see how the dynamic is working now. I mean, they have to really cooperate together. I guess, you know, they both have to be moving together to move the screen, so you don't want to get caught in that. Oh, someone's caught. Uh-oh. All right,
and
he's good.
He's good. There's a little challenge here to collect this guy in a cage.
And then get back up, but one didn't make it almost. Okay, we're good. Wow. You know, I have to say, I really do appreciate the way you guys use the lighting, you know, the your shading, your shadowing, and stuff like that. I mean, you being the designer, I have to say you made a very beautiful game.
Well, it's not really me. I mean, I make the levels. I find ways to challenge the player and surprise him, but really it's the talented art team back in France that really worked hard to make this game this beautiful.
So
I'm really proud of them.
how did you do it? I have to ask. I'm sorry to cut off. It blows my mind how epic this is. How did you manage to do it?
Yeah, well, after Rayman Origins, which was really trying to make an HD game, like really good frame rate and everything.
Right.
We did that, and that worked, but we weren't happy enough. So now we added a lighting system, which simulates sort of 3D shading on objects,
and
but
it's
it's only
wonderful.
2D.
Yeah.
Thank you. And on top of that, we have this dynamic shadow casting, which we used for gameplay. That's where I came in to figure out ways to use it and challenge it. But it's also quite beautiful to look at for the game. And we've also got new things like 3D bosses, dynamic things like the digging that we did before that we didn't have. And that just makes the world feel more vibrant and dynamic and reacting to what you're doing. So we really wanted to make sure that the game was pretty and awe-inspiring and surprising all at the same time.
Very great use of the tool and the engine you had available to you. I have to say that's really awesome. And you talked about the 3D boss battle. Is there a boss at the end of this? I would love to see one of these bosses.
There's not a boss at the end of this level, but we'll show you something. I think you're gonna like
I gotta
it.
see something. In the meantime, they're collecting a couple of items. Let's talk about some of these items they're collecting. What's going on?
Actually, here's a big one. If they don't go into the door yet, you can see that there's actually teensies.
Oh, okay.
These are the guys you've been saving in the cages the whole time. And what they're going to do is they're going to unlock new content in the world.
All right, awesome. So what is this right here?
Yeah.
What is this?
This is your co-opetition. Basically, you can see that one character has 260 and one has 172.
Got you.
So Barbara won, but in the end, it's all going into the same pool. And as you catch your looms like this, you see that you're collecting cups. So they didn't reach gold because they're not really that great at the game, I guess.
Ooh, burn,
but,
sizzle.
if you're a good player, you can get gold.
Gotcha.
And beyond. And if you get gold, you get a nice disco song. So.
And now you were talking about this new character. Get me hip to Barbara. This is the first time I've seen Barbara. Who is this character?
This is the first time anyone, well, not now, but this game is the first time anyone has seen Barbara. She's a brand new character. We wanted the legendary setting, so we made a legendary character to go with it. And she's a Viking, barbarian character. She sort of fits with the environments that you're playing in.
Okay.
She has lots of costumes. So whenever you're in a world, there's a Barbara that's themed for the world. In James Bond, she wears a really tight black outfit and a cool helmet with helicopter head. It's ridiculous, and I love it, and it's crazy, but we're going to show you a boss battle right now.
Let's do it up. Is she always wielding the axe, by the way?
She's not always wielding an axe, actually. Her underwater counterpart has a trident.
Oh, okay.
And she has swords and lots of weapons. She's the only character with a weapon, and a lot of people like that, I think. I like it personally, but
that's really
she's
awesome.
A cool
Yeah, no, I think so. I really enjoy that. Plus, I'm not going to lie. I like a girl with a big axe. I just got to put that out there. But, hey, we have a boss battle. Here's what you were talking about. I want to see how this works out. All right, here we go.
Round one. As you can see, we also have dynamic fluids going on. We've got the lighting system in full force. We've got 3D characters.
And I just love how that pops. That's really amazing. I mean, I just want to see how this fundamentally works. And then We're going to wrap this up, all right? Here we go, boss battle. Mr. Lucha Libre.
Lucha Libre, exactly. Very Mexican-inspired world. So actually, he's in the background, but he brings his hand into the foreground and attacks you. And so basically, you have to avoid being damaged until you find a way to get into the background and give him some damage.
All right.
And you're going to see in a second there will be an opportunity for them, and hopefully they get it. I mean, they're not doing so great, so we'll see if they manage.
We're not going to put them on too much of blast, but yeah, they're going to have to step
right
their
there.
game. Here we go, here we go.
That.
You jump down. All right, what are we going to do? Oh, all right. We got a head stomp. Very nice.
And so that's basically the dynamic of the boss. And now the playground is completely changed, and they really have to adapt and see what the new pattern is and make sure that they can survive.
All right, really awesome. All right, these guys right now are going to have to put in a lot of work to kill this boss.
Yeah, of course.
I hope they manage to do so. Will they do it? We're not going to be able to see right now, but I have faith in these guys. Right now, we're going to kick it over to a commercial, and then we will be back with round one. See you guys.